Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Sunday stock watch. So, today, obviously, the market was closed. So, I am filming this a day later so we could see overnight market, which is currently open. So, first things first, let's get into it. Economic data for this week. Monday, no news. Market was closed. Tuesday, we are going to have a couple Fed speakers during the day. Nothing too crazy to worry about. And then durable goods orders. The most important thing here is going to be consumer confidence. So I would be, making sure that you're watching that, but not a whole lot for Tuesday. Same thing with Wednesday. We got a Fed speaker, and then we have minutes of Fed's May FOMC meeting, so that will be important to kind of just keep check on, but it is later in the day, so I'm normally not trading around that time. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, and then we have GDP, which is really, really important. We have to keep watch on GDP. Then we have a couple Fed speakers throughout the day. Friday, we have PCE index, consumer spending. These will all be important, and then consumer sentiment final. So make sure you're watching news on Friday. This all comes out about an hour before the market open. So Thursday and Friday are going to be our heaviest days this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, we don't have a whole lot going on. So just to get into it, President Trump just announced that he will be pushing back tariffs on Europe to sometime in July, something like that. So instead of them starting June 1st, they're pushed back once again. So already the market is pretty bullish off that news. Qs were sitting at 515 right now, which I did already expect to see that before the market opened. So what I'm going to be looking for this next week is to see a continuation above this 515 area. As long as GDP is good, we get good news, nothing too crazy happens tomorrow. So I would like to see us continue up above this 515 area and see a continuation into 521 on QQQ going into this next week. If for some reason we do get some bad news, then we could see some more downside like we saw on Friday back into this 505 to 504 area. So just be cautious and careful of that. And below there, we have a pretty hard fall. We could easily see back under 500 into the 598, 595, 498, 495 range on QQQ. So be very cautious and careful of that. Next, we'll take a look at SPY. So currently, right now, overnight market, we are sitting at 585. 33 on SPY. Again, something I expected. So I will be looking for a continuation and a hold above here going into this next week. And I want to see us back at around that 492 to 493 area. Continuation above there, we do have to be pretty bullish for that. So we'll see. If we do get bad news, GDP comes out bad, whatever it may be, do expect to see back below 580 reaching into 575 all the way to 573 range on SPY. Next thing we'll take a look at is Tesla. So I actually have pretty high expectations for Tesla this next week. We're already sitting at 347 right now. So if we look out on like the daily time frame, we're kind of sitting in a pretty crucial spot. And if we can see a continuation back above, 360, we could easily get a nice little rally up back into 380 to 390. Maybe not this week, but within the next couple of weeks, as long as price continues this way. If we end up getting a break below, expect to see Tesla trade back below 340 into this 330, 325 area. That is kind of what I'd be looking and expecting to see. Everything is pretty much at a crucial spot though, so just be aware of that and keep watch. Let me go back to the 1 hour time frame for Nvidia. So Nvidia, let's see, we are currently sitting at 134. So we did get a nice little bounce from Friday on Nvidia. Not really hoping for too much on this. We could probably easily see back into 137 to 140 if we are super bullish on Nvidia. That's what I'd be looking for. If we're not, we could obviously end up getting, back into this 131, even to 128 area. Next thing, I'm not going to take a look at AMD. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin back to like this 4-hour range maybe. Okay, so Bitcoin, if we do, get some downside on Bitcoin, I would be looking, towards coin to see. We'll go to coin, but yeah, so Bitcoin, either if we get some more downside back into this 107 area, we'll talk about coin, and then if we get upside back into 111, maybe make new all-time highs. Coin, I'd be looking to see us if we make new all-time highs with Bitcoin, continue back into that area. I would be looking for Coinbase to continue up higher, and right now we're sitting at 268, so I'd be looking to see back above 270 into 275, even 280. If we get some downside on Bitcoin, then I will be looking for Coinbase to break below 265 into that 255 range. Same sort of thing with MSTR. So MSTR hasn't been trading as well. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have earnings on MSTR, so I thought we did this week for some reason. Oh, and I forgot. Nvidia has earnings on Wednesday, so that will be really, really important as well. Just to add that in. The market will most likely be making some decisions based off of that. So please keep that in mind going into Wednesday. I wouldn't hold anything, after market close Wednesday. But MSTR, just watching Bitcoin, if Bitcoin gets a continuation, I would be looking for MSTR to trade back into 370, 375 area and, get a jump back into 390, 395. If we continue this downside, easily we could see back to 340, 335, 320. MSTR moves a lot. So just keep an eye on it. Next thing we'll take a look at is Meta. So Meta's been doing pretty well recently. Currently sitting at 635.50 overnight. So I would be looking for a continuation back above that 340 area, 640, 641 area on Meta, and then we get potentially some room and upside back into 655 to 660. If we get downside, again, look below 630 into 625 to 620 range. Other than that, let's see. Let's take a quick look actually at Netflix. Okay, so Netflix, obviously, just looking on the daily chart, let's look at the 1-hour chart. So Netflix has been doing really, really well, all-time highs consistently. So right now we're sitting at 1,198. If we get a continuation, we could see back into 1,206 and above there. I'm not really sure. That will be, new all-time highs once again. If we end up breaking below this area, I would ideally look for a break below 1,188 to see back into 1,170 range. And Netflix gets huge moves, so just be cautious and be aware of that. Other than that, take a look at Snow. Snow did really well last week, I guess because of earnings. So, I mean, they didn't end up moving too much until actually Friday. They got a huge move up, which was pretty interesting to see. But right now, what is Snow sitting at? Let's see. Snow is currently sitting at 203.16. So, I would be honestly for this one, I would probably be looking for us to maybe get a retracement back into 190. Get some room on this massive upside. I don't know though. We'll see. If we continue above there, we're making new highs. So, back above this area, this 205, I don't exactly know where we'll end up at. But yeah, I think that is it for today for my Sunday Stock Watch. Again, remember Nvidia earnings are going to be on Wednesday. This will be really, really important. I recommend you do not hold any trades through market close, after market close Wednesday. close out all your trades if, they're weekly contracts and such. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you have any questions, and make sure to join me at my community linked in bio.